So speaking of this kind of police scaring straight situation, this is an interesting story. Police used a scare straight strategy on kids who are misbehaving at school. We've seen it, but this video in particular went viral yesterday. It shows an 8-year-old with special needs being handcuffed and arrested at his school in Key West, Florida. I have to remind you the handcuffs were too large for his 8-year-old wrists, so they didn't end up working. The boy was arrested in 2018 for allegedly hitting a teacher at his school, according to the records. Now, the Key West police chief told the Miami Herald that, quote, based on the report, standard operating procedures were followed. The video was posted by civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump, who claims the officers were using, quote, scared straight tactics, scaring kids away from criminal activity by using severe consequences. Now, we want to know what you think at DBL Nation. Do you think this is a good idea to do this to teach kids a lesson, or bad idea? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm simply saying this has been used for a long time. This is in their training. This is not something the police are coming up with. And is this training wrong, antiquated? Al, what do you think?
I mean, I think I speak for all of us when I say what kids with special needs need is to be taught a lesson. That's absolutely ridiculous. There's no reason for this. The kid does not understand. Imagine if you're in another country where the language like Dutch is Dutch. You literally do not understand what somebody's saying, and all of a sudden they start arresting you. Think about how scared you'd be. That's a lot of times what's going on with kids with special needs. They don't understand, and to handcuff them and say that they're following procedure, if we're going to do that, let's make sure that it extends to everybody, because it's usually just small black kids. I want to see the ATF start kicking over lemonade stands. You know, hey, they don't have a business license. They're not being taxed on that money. Let's arrest Girl Scouts for trespassing. If we're going to go do this, if this is the society we want to start seeing kids being arrested because we feel like they need to be taught a lesson. Let's make sure that lesson extends to all kids.
All right, well, Lindsay, I'm taking the other side here. Maybe a teacher was hit in 2018. Again, he was trying to move from a lunch table and he wouldn't move and he was violent, apparently. At what point do you say, hey, this kid needs a lesson, or is this too far for you?
I mean, to me, if it was my kid and if I saw anything like this, it's way too far, especially the fact that the kid has special needs. Like, I don't like to see anything like this. I don't think that's the best way to teach a lesson. But that said, I do know a correction officer and police officers in Jacksonville who were part of the Scared Straight program who did say that a lot of kids learned a lot of lessons from them pretending like they were going to be in jail and just experiencing what that lifestyle was like to make them not want to go back. But from a mental health perspective, I feel like that's going to be traumatic for a kid.
Yeah, especially when you're doing it to an 8-year-old with special needs. Again, when we talk about reallocating resources, perhaps a social worker could have come in and maybe de-escalated that situation. B. Angelique says such a strong statement. Good cops who are working in a corrupt system is a raw deal.